Saturday night.
Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
Taking a live look at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, courtesy of EarthCam here. A very busy place right now, busiest travel day of the year, and fortunately it is clear skies and smooth going. If anyone's planning to head out the door late, maybe let the kids sleep while you hit the road out there, Mikkel.
Yes, that's right, Laura. Definitely smooth travel right now across the southeast and across much of the U.S. right now in general, except for maybe towards the west and northwest. There will be for Thanksgiving morning coming up.
All right, thanks, Mikkel. Soon families will be coming together for turkey, dressing, and other family recipes, but some can't afford a big Thanksgiving feast or don't have a home to cook it in. Today, more than 200 people got a hot meal at Garden City Rescue Mission and Maybaum Realtors' annual Thanksgiving Eve dinner. Sydney Hood joins us live in the studio with more.
Well, the rescue mission has about 500,000 blessings to count this holiday season, that being how much money they had to raise to stay put and continue serving the community. They've hosted this dinner with Maybaum for about 2 decades now, but this year was extra special for the ones doing the cooking and the ones eating.
This is the day that really puts me in the holiday spirit.
We get to sit and fellowship and catch up just like family.
Everyone here is family.
It's a blessing because a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't get the chance to eat Thanksgiving dinner with their family.
And like any other family Thanksgiving,
I had turkey, I had stuffing,
all the goods,
mac and cheese, collard greens
are served.
But it's special this year because the rescue mission was kind of hanging on by a thread.
To be here today is a blessing in itself.
We're not fixing to leave. We're going to be here to see this event getting larger and larger, and for many years to come.
Continuing to serve the community.
It's a place where we can expose them to folks in the community, and they can learn really what Thanksgiving's all about.
It's all about being together.
It's way beyond food. It's about relationships with people.
It shows that God is good.
So a lot of happy and full plates and bodies there. You can really see what they mean when they say they are all a family.
Love to see the community coming together for that, and other places are available to help with finding a free Thanksgiving meal. The Feast in the Streets dinner and toiletry distribution, that is at the corner of Monument and Broad Street tomorrow at Cafe 209 from 11 to 1. The Salvation Army in Aiken, they're hosting a meal at 604 Park Avenue from 11 to 2. Also, the Salvation Army of Augusta hosting their meal at 5:30 at the Center of Hope tomorrow night. And Golden Harvest pantry items handout, that'll begin at 11 on Commerce Drive in Augusta. A lawsuit against Aiken County Sheriff Michael Hunt, Administrator Kay Killian, and others has been settled. A week ago Tuesday, the estate of Barbara Roberts in Aiken County agreed to a $975,000 settlement of a lawsuit filed back in 2021. 40% of that goes to legal fees, but Roberts died in 2021. The lawsuit alleged emergency workers, including the 911 operator for Aiken County that responded, were responsible for the wrongful death of Roberts. New York's governor says there is no SLED is investigating after officers shot at a man that stole a Wagner patrol car allegedly yesterday in Aiken County. Officers fired in the direction of the car, but no one was injured. They arrested 30-year-old Devon Davenport, charging him with grand larceny. SLED investigates any shootings involving officers, so they're investigating this, but this is the first investigation into an officer-involved shooting for Wagner this year. A court clerk at the center of Alec Murdaugh's appeal for a new murder trial back in the spotlight after their son was charged with felony wiretapping. Murdaugh's team accused Colleton County Clerk Rebecca Hill of tampering with the jury in the murder trial. Jeffrey Hill, Rebecca Hill's son, also works in Colleton County as the technology director. Hill is accused of misusing his position as technology director to listen to a conversation between two victims in July. The warrant states the victims were unaware the call was being recorded and had not consented to being recorded. It's unclear if this relates to Murdaugh's hearing directly. As the nation prepares to celebrate the life of former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, the Carter's family physician says he is now focused on former President Jimmy Carter's health. Dr. Michael Raines was the one who made the call for Jimmy Carter to go into hospice care 9 months ago with agreement from his family. Just last Friday, he made that same call for Miss Carter, not expecting her to go so soon. Rosalynn Carter was diagnosed with dementia 6 months ago. Dr. Raines says the passing of former President Carter's wife of 77 years will be the biggest health challenges he faces.
Sometimes people have been married for long periods of time and they have a
very strong dependency on each other, not only in love but in relationship and friendship. When one of them passes away, then sometimes it's not long until the other one goes.
Dr. Rain said he's sure that Carter will try to work through the loss and that Carter can spend his remaining days in peace and in comfort. At Panera Bread and the Augusta Exchange, a fundraiser benefiting Safe Homes of Augusta was a big success. The Domestic Violence Center received 25% of a sale when customers presented a flyer or scanned a QR code. A link to Safe Homes' website will be up at wrdw.com if you want to continue donating. If you forgot that last-minute item for your Thanksgiving dinner, don't worry. Kroger's are going to have you covered. Locally, the discounts are available in-store and online with the Kroger app. Robbie Pearson, a Kroger store manager we caught up with, said they might not have a frozen turkey in stock right now, but if you come in before 4 tomorrow, you can find a deal on side dishes at least.
It covers everything. You've got your sides. We offer, Kroger brand where you get the value without the compromise. So you've got your bread, your pumpkin pie, your Cool Whip, cranberries, everything you need for a complete meal with all the goodies for less than $40.
Not too bad. He said you'll need a Kroger Plus card, and in total, everything you saw averages out to about $5 a person at your meal. So you can swing in there tomorrow.
Wow, Kroger with the deals. Who would have thought? As far as temperatures, the next few days going to be below average in the 60s, but at least we'll be drier. We'll talk about your forecast coming up next.
And what leaders are saying after the first hostage swap. Dog that had a little too much to drink, what his owner did when she found him, coming up. And as we head to break, a live look at the traffic near the LA airport and your winning lottery numbers.
A First Alert team, the best in Georgia. Now at Waynesboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The Black Friday sales event all month long.
15% off MSRP on new Rams, Renegades, and Grand Cherokees.
Get immediate credit approval.
Good to go Waynesboro.com.
$55 preseason furnace tune-up for only $99.
Just a call away. Call 1 hour. Urgent notice from Waynesboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
2.9% financing for 72 months during the Black Friday sales event.
Massive markdowns like never before.
Good to go Waynesboro.com.
The holidays are a time when people might like to celebrate with a drink or two, but sometimes you might have a little too many. CNN's Jeannie Moo shows us the story of a dog who did just that.
When Fido wants a drink, it's usually water.
So this is what I just came home to.
But Mary from South Jersey walked in on the aftermath of doggy cocktail hour.
This is empty. This was probably more than halfway full.
A bottle of Bailey's on the floor and a bottle of vodka knocked over on the counter with the cap half off. Mary didn't have to smell his breath.
Jack, try to walk. Come on, let's go.
Jack was busted.
It's not funny, but my dog is drunk and I don't know what to do about it.
Wrote one commenter, your dog just failed a field sobriety test. Even when sober, Jack can be a handful. He's a 5-year-old former shelter dog, possibly a husky shepherd mix. Mary immediately called poison control, then took Jack to the vet where he got IV fluids and was kept overnight. The vet called in the morning saying,
he's fine. He's prancing around like he's not even hungover.
No hangover, his appetite
There you go.
was fine. Jack used a window seat to jump up on the counter to get at the booze. You can see bite marks where he chewed off the cap.
This dog is my world. Jack is my child.
While Jack hit the bottle, nature documentaries have featured other animals
It can be a little too lush.
getting drunk on overripe fermented fruit.
Hey, Jack.
Now everybody's joking
Jack.
that Jack's new name should be Jack Daniels.
It's not funny, but my dog is drunk.
Jack, let that be a cautionary tale to us all. Don't look like Jack on Thanksgiving, but glad he is doing just fine now.
Exactly.
With just hours to go before the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, some of its biggest stars are ready to shine. That included Pikachu, one of the 16 giant character balloons that will float above the crowds at the annual New York Parade. An army of volunteers helped bring the balloons to life for the day. Watching from the sidelines, New Yorkers call it one of the city's greatest traditions.
We're so excited to be here. It's so incredible. It's just another reminder of how vibrant and incredible this city is. And it's also really amazing because you see so many people coming together from all over here, and it's really inspiring, and it's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Those larger-than-life balloons were first introduced at the 1927 parade. This year's cast will be joined by 26 other floats. Amtrak seeing busy travel ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. The company expects a record-breaking 750,000 travelers nationwide between now and next Monday. Yesterday, Amtrak had 111,000 national passengers. An estimated another 140,000 went on today. Demand is estimated to be similar to those pre-pandemic levels as the company adds more service and extra cars to meet the surge of customers.
The holiday travel is our city. It's our way service, so we always do above and beyond during this period of time using volumes. What we have started to see since COVID is the shift, increase in new riders.
On top of the increased cars, Amtrak has more workers out on the floors directing passengers. They say they're working hard to communicate with customers. The popular Cherry Blossom Festival highlights how much people in Washington love their cherry trees. Apparently, beavers love them as well. A spokesperson for the National Park Service says some of the ones near the Jefferson Memorial have chew marks. He says the Park Service does not plan to stop the beavers since they're likely just passing through the area. But that said, a beaver can take down a tree overnight, reminding people of what happened during the 1999 Cherry Blossom Festival. But one man thinks differently.
What we're seeing so far, nothing like we saw in 1999 when, during the Cherry Blossom Festival, there's actually a family of beavers that felled 11 cherry trees. And that was the sort of thing that got the entire city riled up.
He also said there are reports of people coming out in the night with flashlights and that the beavers that were caught were trapped and removed to a different habitat. The Swainsboro High School football team plans on making it back to state for the second year in a row. They have stopped by practice to see what the Mighty Tigers are up to ahead of the state quarterfinals.
Students turn your
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Having the opportunity to practice during Thanksgiving week is a sign of a high school football team's ability to have success when it matters the most. It's also an opportunity for those teams to reflect and cherish the moment because not everybody makes it this far. For the third year in a row, the Swainsboro Tigers have advanced to at least the state quarterfinals, giving them the chance to put the work in and have fun on Thanksgiving. After starting out the season 8-0, the Mighty Tigers lost their last two games of the regular season, ending their shot at a region title and drawing a lower playoff seed because of it. The Tigers say they're learning from their past mistakes so they can keep their dream of going back to state alive.
I think at this time, everybody has to be playing the best brand of their football. Everything in the past doesn't matter anymore. This is where teams have to be the best and play the best.
Well, it's different. Everything's magnified. Turnovers are magnified, and we, us creating those turnovers last year really gave us, a great opportunity. And once we had a 3-score lead with 10 minutes left in the game, it's about protecting the football and making sure that we take care of business and finish the game off. It's not about style points anymore. It's about just finishing off and winning.
The state quarterfinal showdown between Swainsboro and Elbert County is set for Friday at 7:30. In addition to all the Thanksgiving
Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this Thanksgiving night. For every charity that gave out free meals today, there are people who chose to spend this day with strangers, serving those in need. Sydney Hood made the round speaking with a lot of volunteers today, and she learned something about the giving part of this day we celebrate each year.
The dining hall at the Salvation Army is like any other dining room. It's a space to give thanks, and more than 100 plates were served today, and just like any other home-cooked meal, it all came from family.
Hello? Come on in and have a seat. We're serving you today, okay? Just go on and find you a spot. Like any other home-cooked meal.
It's bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than it's family.
These plates are served with love.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm not the cook of the family, but I can sure feed somebody with something else that's prepared.
It's funny, all the other volunteers today, it's our first time volunteering with Salvation Army, and we've all suffered some type of loss this year.
Bringing them to wear these red aprons.
No matter where I was, without my mom being there, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving, and so it was a way that I could honor her.
No worries. This was my first year that I am without my husband, Mike's wife Donna, but this shirt actually gives me a lot of pleasure, and I feel good wearing it. It's like I'm still taking a piece of him with me when I wear it. It's my new friend.
I'd like to say, I think we're family now.
Yeah, an unlikely family, you might say.
We just all connected.
Yeah.
This is my Thanksgiving. You know, I'm giving back. I'm giving thanks.
Because that's what Thanksgiving is all about.
Not quite sure how thankful I was earlier today, but now I'm so thankful for the love.
Sure was a lot of love in that room tonight, and also just another reminder that the Salvation Army could use your help. They've got those red kettles out right now, and they need your support in the community as we kick into this holiday season.
Absolutely, those bells are already ringing out there. Just a great reminder tonight of those volunteers, who they are, and why they do what they do. Sydney, thanks for the update there from our newsroom. To weather now, as we have a busy Friday for shopping, for decorating, and here's First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton to bring us up to speed with the weather.
Yeah, Richard, I've already seen pictures of people in line getting ready for those deals. Hopefully they're bundled up because it's a little bit chilly out there. Right now we're sitting right at 49 here looking at North Augusta. A calm night though for us. Not expecting any rainfall, so that's some good news. Now if you're traveling tomorrow, or hey, maybe you're still eating on some leftovers, going to be a great afternoon for us. Right around lunchtime we'll be at 60, topping off in those middle 60s for our afternoon. Overnight we can expect temperatures to drop off into those 40s. So again, if you're going out shopping tomorrow, shouldn't have anything stopping you there. The next chance for some rainfall will come on Sunday though, but hey, we still got Friday and Saturday looking great for us. Richard, I'll have another check on your forecast coming up.
We'll check in with you later, Emily. Thank you. The Feast in the Street made a return this year in Augusta. That event used to be a downtown staple, but there hasn't been one in years. Nick Veland stopped by to hear what the organizers have to say about bringing this event back to life.
Tables, chairs, lining up and down Monument Street off of Broad next to Cafe 209, serving hundreds in need in the heart of downtown Augusta.
That these are human beings, these are people, and so it's always a good thing to give back to your community.
Cafe 209, Piecing It Together Inc., and Mac Lander LLC brought back the Feast in the Street, looking to ignite hope to everyone.
They are the sparks that started it off. And I love them, and I just love how they do everything and for the community.
Serving food in resource bags to anyone who needs it.
It just means a great deal to us as a community, to be able to give back. You know, we're seconds away from, being homeless. This could happen to us at any time.
Serving others on Thanksgiving makes the holiday feel even more special for Melvin Parker.
Thankful for life. I'm thankful for my family. This is my brother Stanley Mack Jr. And I'm just thankful for this community that we were all able to pull together to be able to help someone in need.
In Augusta, Nick Veland on your side.
Again, a lot of volunteering, a lot of volunteers to be thanked tonight for all their efforts today. Feast in the Street fed 300 to 400 people on this Thanksgiving Day. Checking some of our top stories tonight, Aiken Public Safety investigating an early morning shooting that left one person dead. It happened just before 2 o'clock in the morning on Park Avenue at Fairfield Street in Aiken. The victim was found in the driver's seat of a Toyota Camry that had crashed into a tree with at least one gunshot wound. The Aiken DPS has not identified the victim or a suspect in that case yet. One woman in the hospital tonight after a crash involving a pedestrian on Deans Bridge Road. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says that happened around 6:40 tonight, where deputies found a woman lying in the roadway. We do know deputies spoke with a driver who did stay at the scene, but there's no word on any charges in that case. At least one person seriously injured after a crash involving 5 vehicles on Old Evans Road in Martinez. It happened around 9:30 this morning. Georgia State Patrol says 24-year-old Wrdw was allegedly driving under the influence when he swerved out of his lane and caused that crash. DeVore was arrested and facing several charges, including driving with a suspended license and DUI. We're working to learn more about the conditions of the others involved in that crash. We know at least one person is in the hospital tonight. New York on high alert this morning for the 97th annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. 31 floats, 11 marching bands all lined up, including 2 musicians from Greenbrier High School as well. An estimated 3.5 million people were there, along with thousands of police officers posted along that parade route. This was all in response to a security alert from federal and state law enforcement warning of a heightened threat environment due to Israel's war with Hamas. About 20 pro-Palestinian protesters did interrupt the parade on 6th Avenue. President Biden and the First Lady will be in Atlanta Tuesday to pay their respects to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. Carter died Sunday at the age of 96. Her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, has been in hospice care since back in February. The former First Lady will lie in repose at the Carter Center through Monday. Then there's going to be a tribute service held at Emory University in Georgia on Tuesday, where the President and First Lady will attend. Rosalynn Carter will be laid to rest on Wednesday at a private ceremony. The White House says Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband will also attend the service.
Well, we're sitting right around 50 right now as we head into the overnight hours. We'll cool off a few more degrees, but some rain is in the forecast, and I'll let you know when coming up.
And still ahead tonight, when you make a donation to a charity, how do you know the money is actually going where it needs to go? Just ahead, how you can check for yourself.
It's a Goldilocks experience. Some heating and air conditioning contractor prices are too high. There's an extra charge for everything. Some advertised prices are too low. You know, like not real. Contact Styles Heating and Cooling, the company that is just right. Styles has been keeping area homeowners comfortable for more than 50 years. You can't trust just anyone with a truck. Styles repairs it right the first time and replaces only what can't be repaired. See us on the web at stylesair.com.
Kroger gives you get rewarded and save. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's weather now, and that's a live look from our Beach Island camera as we wrap up this Thanksgiving holiday. Emily is over in the Weather Center. So how are things looking for Black Friday? And I guess that also includes the overnighters who are out right now, maybe lining up at their favorite store.
Yeah, I hope that they have a nice jacket on for them this evening because, again, there are some troopers out there. But if you're headed out maybe mid-morning tomorrow, shouldn't be too bad out there. But let's take a look at those current temperatures. Maybe if you have family traveling, I want to see what the temperatures are like. Bismarck, I think, is the coldest that we're seeing at 12 degrees right now. But here in the southeast, we are in those 40s and 50s, so not looking too bad. Hey, check out Miami, 75. I wouldn't be too mad about that right now either. But as we look a little bit closer to home, we're sitting right around that 50-degree mark right now. But that's going to drop off a few more degrees as we head into the overnight hours. But things are going to stay dry, so if anybody's out there already or maybe wants to know what's going on tomorrow, conditions are expected to stay dry, partly cloudy in the morning, turning mostly sunny for the afternoon for us. That's going to help us warm up into those middle 60s for the afternoon high. A little bit of cloud cover for the overnight hours. Saturday is really just going to be a copy and paste forecast of what we saw or what we are expected to see for our Friday. Maybe a few degrees cooler, but overall things are looking mostly calm now. Once we get into Sunday, that's when the pattern is going to change. I have this map starting out early Saturday just to show you, hey, things are going to stay dry, maybe a little bit cloudy, but as we head into the later evening hours and overnight Sunday, we're seeing some moisture coming from our southwest, and that's going to be moving northeast, so we have a chance of getting some isolated showers. Really going to have to pinpoint where this mass of showers and thunderstorms is expected to move. So again, if it moves a little bit more northward, we could see some showers and thunderstorms really overnight Saturday. I think
Everybody is going to be out of here by early Monday morning, so when you're on your morning commute, getting back to life, back to off the holiday weekend, things are going to be drier for us. We'll warm up into those middle 60s. Then we'll be in the 50s come Tuesday and Wednesday, but check out the overnight lows. We're going to be flirting with freezing for our work week. Really, those overnight lows going to have to keep an eye on those sensitive plants there, but good news is the afternoons are looking mostly sunny, so things might be on the chillier side, but you get that sunshine. This is my weather, Richard.
Yeah, that's a cool down on the way. A big one. Emily, thanks. The season of giving is upon us, and a lot of people are going to be opening their wallets and checkbooks over the next few weeks to support causes they really care about. But how do you know if charities are making the most of those donations? Mary Green found the answer.
We have one mission, and that's to thank and recognize the men and women that serve our country and serve it bravely.
Since 2012, the Troop Appreciation Foundation has supplied more than 700 veterans and active duty service members with what they call water therapy, a day full of fishing and fun on Lake Murray. Then that evolved into more ways to serve those who serve our country.
About 3-4 years ago, we started buying round-trip airplane tickets for soldiers to come home for Christmas. And at this point, I think we've sent home a little over 100 soldiers.
And according to the South Carolina Secretary of State's office, the Troop Appreciation Foundation puts its donations to good use, dedicating more than 93% of its money to charitable programs and services last year.
100% volunteer only. There is no one getting a dime from the foundation. It all goes back to the soldiers, every penny.
Secretary of State Mark Hammond says that's not the case for all charities, some of which he says hire professional fundraisers and may only put a small percentage of their donations toward charitable work.
We want them to get the most for their money that they're giving to these organizations.
Hammond advises people do their homework on organizations before they open their wallet. People can look up organizations through the Secretary of State's public database to find out how their donations are being spent. New this year, there's a free app called Give Smart SC that also has all that information available.
If you receive a solicitation, you can type in the name of the organization, and immediately you will see if they're registered, how much they registered, how much they raised, how much they've spent, and what percentage is actually going toward the charitable purpose.
Each year, the Secretary of State's office recognizes South Carolina organizations as angels that make the most of their money. This year, the Troop Appreciation Foundation was among them, nominated by someone in the public who wanted to recognize their work.
I think that is great, and I probably won't figure it out, so I'll just say it publicly now. Thank you to that person.
So this holiday season, Hammond has this advice for South Carolinians in the giving spirit.
Give from the heart, but please give smart.
Good advice right there. People can call or email the Secretary of State's Division of Public Charities to learn more about an organization before they donate. And if you have concerns about a charitable organization, you can file an online confidential complaint with the Secretary of State's office. Okay, we're less than an hour away from the official start of Black Friday, but some big retail chains like Best Buy are already preparing for a drop in holiday revenue this year. Best Buy, Lowe's, Kohl's forecasting a subpar holiday compared to a year ago. One investment report says consumers are losing some spending steam. Shoppers more cautious in the face of inflation, higher interest rates, and the resumption of student loan repayments. But at the same time, experts say it is a buyer's market right now, with stores cutting prices earlier than usual. So good deals out there if you can take advantage. A cafe in South Carolina giving the homeless and previously incarcerated another chance at life. And it all started thanks to a letter written by a former president. We'll explain coming up. But first, as we head for a break, a live look at Charlotte tonight and your winning lottery numbers. Actually, it's going to be Beach Island as we head for the break.
Experience it once, and you'll never forget it.
Get spotted with an SRP Spotted sticker and get $100. That's right, it's that easy. Get your SRP Spotted sticker or magnet from any SRP location and you could be spotted and win $100. Follow us on Facebook for even more chances to win with Spot Me SRP. Good things are happening at SRP.
It's the Black Friday sale at Badcock Home Furniture and More. Get up to 50% off. Plus, take an extra 10% off through Monday. Get doorbusters like the Coco Glider Recliner and the Grinnell or Monaco Queen Bed, only $198 each. The Delray Sofa, only $398. And enter to win this Ford F-150 XLT at your local Badcock. Easy financing. Black Friday deals up to 50% off, plus an extra 10% off. And get in to win at Badcock Home Furniture and More.
A new cafe in Columbia, South Carolina, helping people get a second chance at life. The owner of the Sunrise Cafe went from serving a life sentence in prison to helping out people like him, all thanks to a letter sent by former President Barack Obama. Sam Shapiro has that story.
Before he would turn his life around, Johnny was living a life on the streets, doing drugs, and jumping from shelter to shelter. He ended up in prison twice and was sentenced to life without parole the second.
And get in to win at Badcock Home Furniture and More.
A new cafe in Columbia, South Carolina, helping people get a second chance at life. The owner of the Sunrise Cafe went from serving a life sentence in prison to helping out people like him, all thanks to a letter sent by former President Barack Obama. Sam Shapiro has that story.
Before he would turn his life around, Johnny was living a life on the streets, doing drugs, and jumping from shelter to shelter. He ended up in prison twice and was sentenced to life without parole the second time.
Started living in the Salvation Army, doing what everybody else doing, strung out on drugs, got hooked on drugs, hiding my clothes behind the bank buildings, rip and run, to do things that was unethical. And I'm not ashamed of my past, where I've been and what I've been through, in and out of prison and living a life on the street, homeless and everything like that.
Davis says the moment that made him want to change his life came in 2018 when former President Obama gave him a shortening of his sentence. Former President Obama personally wrote to him giving him a clemency, and after serving 15 and a half years, Davis would be out of prison once again. He realized after receiving this letter, this was a sign to try and improve his life.
President Obama wrote me a letter. Say there gonna be some doubters out there that say that you don't deserve a chance. But I bid you, Godspeed. Go out there and do well. I know you can do it. As the President of the United States, the former president, believe in me, I need to believe in myself. And that's what I started doing. Working, doing things that I know that gonna help me and the community.
After that, Davis started going to church and talking with ministers before eventually enrolling in Strayer University. After COVID and taking the time to find the right location, the Sunrise Cafe officially opened on Main Street yesterday. Johnny will use his business to employ those like Benjamin Bennett that are currently finding themselves in similar situations.
I got staff members back there now, working employees, that is in the transition, halfway house, wherever you came from. I don't care. If you are trying to work and get yourself straight, I want to be able to help you and inspire you.
So on top of getting a paycheck, those employees over at the Sunrise Cafe are being mentored and motivated by Davis and others to keep moving forward. We are officially 1 year out from witnessing the mighty sound of the Southeast playing. Well, as you wrap up your Thanksgiving, remember leftovers taste better when they don't make you sick. Health experts recommend packaging and putting away leftovers within 2 hours of cooking. They also suggest not leaving food sitting out uncovered. Leftovers can be kept 3 to 4 days safely in the fridge. And when it comes to questioning whether something's still safe to eat, if you have to ask, the experts say it's best to play it safe and toss it out. The day after Thanksgiving isn't just a big day for retailers. Black Friday is also the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Grease down the drain, stuffed garbage disposals, extra guests using the bathroom. It can cause all kinds of plumbing issues. Plumbers say things like potato or banana peels are the ones clogging garbage disposals the most, so watch out for those. You know, Thanksgiving and football, they just go together. Next in sports, Danny tells us what some of our local players and coaches are thankful for this year.
Of course, on your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Good evening, everyone. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays because we've got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, and football. Over the past couple of weeks, the News 12 sports team spoke with many of our local football teams to find out what they're thankful for this year and what's something they can't have Thanksgiving without.
Obviously being thankful, but second, the food. Pretty good.
Of course, eating. I'm a lineman, so I'm gonna love to eat.
Favorite part of Thanksgiving is probably fried turkey.
A really well done homemade mac and cheese. As you can see, I've not missed many meals, so that would probably be the number one on my list.
It's nothing like the wings and having that fried turkey sitting there and carving it up, and you know, we only do it once a year, so that's a little special tradition that we have.
Being able to, you know, come out here on Thursday morning and get in a quick practice before having a big Thanksgiving meal, that's always special.
Just spending time with my family and friends.
Being with family, being around my brothers, it's good that I have been able to do this for 3 years.
Have a big gathering at our house. Friends and family come over, and we enjoy a good time, watch a few NFL games, have fun.
You gotta have ham. I mean, obviously you gotta have turkey for Thanksgiving, but you gotta have ham. So I'm a ham guy.
I like turkey sometimes, but I don't really think about turkey during Thanksgiving, but I still eat it.
My grandma's sweet potato souffle. 10 out of 10.
What about it makes it so good?
Everything. The crunch, perfect.
My grandma, and I can't have it out. Macaroni, turkey, and stuffing.
My grandma macaroni and cheese. Mac and cheese, I love it. I love macaroni. Ever since my aunt cooked it for me, each and every Thanksgiving. It's my God.
I'm actually from the Greenville area, so it gives me an opportunity to get back, and me and my girlfriend will go up and see my parents, my sister, and my daughter's up there with my grandkids.
Thanksgiving is supposed to be about family, so you know, I have 3 lovely daughters and a beautiful wife, and that's one of the things that I look forward to every Thanksgiving is spending with them.
I love pumpkin squares. That was something my mom and my aunt made when I was younger, and you know, I've got the recipe, and I have to make that every year. And it's, you know, everybody, and I'm not a big pumpkin eater, but I tell people pumpkin's not the star of the show. It's the brown sugar, and but that means it's Thanksgiving time for me.
You can't go wrong with having a little mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. And every year, my Aunt Vicky makes these spinach squares that are just amazing. And I missed them this year, so gotta go get them around Christmas time. But when it comes to the playoffs, Bamberg, Earhart, Swainsboro, Briarwood, and Edmund Burke are all in action tomorrow night. I'll be breaking those down tomorrow night at 11. That's it for sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Well, loved that segment, Dan. I'm going to put in my vote for macaroni and cheese, definitely my favorite dish. But hey, this forecast isn't looking too bad either. I'll have one more look at your 7-day coming up.
Diamond. You know, this Thanksgiving, it's not just the humans who got to enjoy some good food. Dogs over the Aiken County Animal Shelter got a plate served to them as well. Take a look.
Happy Thanksgiving from us at the Aiken County Animal Shelter. We have a great team of volunteers here today, and we're just super thankful for adopters, donors, fosters, and it's time for Thanksgiving breakfast.
Yeah, they are into it there. In addition to their normal dog food, the dogs were served a home-cooked dinner with animal-safe foods like rice and turkey and vegetables. Friends of the animal shelter helped get the meals together and then serve them up. Hopefully, by this time next year, a lot of these dogs will be celebrating with their new families. But Emily, that's a lot of tail wagging fun right there.
That is a lot of fun. And you know who the problem family member is? Whoever the dog sticks around during Thanksgiving. You know.
The weak link, right? The weak link.
Yep.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for News 1211. Happy Thanksgiving and good luck with your shopping and decorating tomorrow and over the weekend. We'll see you next time.